Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. If it's your first time here, thank you for joining me in my little corner of the internet. Today I have a wear test of the new Fenty foundation, the hydrating one, as well as a primer. So I purchased both of them. This is supposed to be a hydrating medium to full coverage for all skin tones, long wear, light as air, and it retails for $35 and it comes in 50 shades. I have it in the shade 230, and the soft silk primer is a instant hydration soft pink soft silk finish extended makeup wear primer. And this is just supposed to be like a more hydrating version of the primer. Yeah, the primer retails for $32 and it comes in a soft silk like light pink color, and it says it's a lightweight hydrating makeup primer for normal to dry skin that instantly nourishes with a silky smooth formula that keeps skin comfortable all day while improving and extending foundation wear. And both of these come in 1.08 ounces. I know I made that mistake in my nude sticks video. I didn't check the ounces, I just assumed it was an ounce, and people were like, that's just expensive. And yes, I completely agree. I thought it was a full ounce when I said the affordable comment, so I apologize for that. This time I did check and it is 1.08 ounces. I'm going to start here with the soft silk primer and just put 2 squirts onto the back of my hand. This is not a first impressions. I've used both of these products like twice now. I just wanted to kind of get a feel for the foundation before I made this video, and so far I have been enjoying it. I'm kind of overwhelmed with all the foundation releases, but yeah, so this is the primer on. Honestly, to me it doesn't really like feel like that different than the original one. The original one just feels a little bit thicker, like a more of like a like I would say the consistency is different, but the effect to me is like pretty similar. Like I don't really see a huge difference between the two, and that's not really a bad thing to me because I do really like the original primer. So I'm glad, but I wish it was a bit more hydrating for a primer because it doesn't really feel that much more hydrating than the original one, and I did work my way through that one, so I'm glad to have it back in my life. Now I'm going to go in with the shade 230 in the Fenty foundation. It comes in this tube with the pump at the top. The packaging doesn't bother me. I don't really need for it to be in glass. I'm only going to go in with 1 pump just because this foundation is extremely, in my opinion, extremely full coverage, and I made the mistake of putting too much on the first time I wore it, and I just felt like I looked like really cakey. So to try and alleviate that problem, I'm just going to go in with 1 pump on the back of my hand with my brush, and then just start where I want more coverage first. I have been having a bit of pimples and breakouts underneath my chin, so I'm just going to build up that coverage first here, and then like kind of work my way to the other parts of my skin. I don't know, the tube for me is kind of deceiving because I feel like that tube reminds me of like a tinted moisturizer for some reason. So I just thought it wasn't gonna be that much coverage, but oh my gosh, this is so much coverage, which I don't mind because it just means like you can use less product and it will last you a bit longer. And I'm just going in thin layers, especially on my forehead because I don't want it to crease into my forehead line, which I've started noticing foundations are doing, and I think it's just because I'm layering too much foundation there. I just wanted to talk about the finish a little bit before I go into the rest of my makeup off camera. I just want to state that just because this is a hydrating foundation, I was expecting it to be luminous, but for me it's more of a true natural finish, which I don't mind. I like natural finishes. I will say that I did like hope that it'd be more luminous, but I do like the finish of this. It's really full coverage, so like days when you're not having good skin days, I feel like this is a really good one. And I really like the way that this looks. I think it just looks like my skin. I think that shade is a really good match for my skin tone. And yeah, I think that's it for now. I'm just gonna put the rest of my face makeup on and I'll be right back. And this is the final finished look. I don't have my eyelash curler with me, so that's why my eyelashes aren't curled. But basically the foundation's looking really good. It's 9:30 a.m. right now. I'll check back after a few hours, and yeah, let you guys know how this is holding up. I always feel like it's like really weird to come back in the afternoon. Wow, it looks like I'm naked. I'm wearing a top. It's the same top I was wearing earlier. I just took the straps off my shoulders because I am dying in this heat. It's been quite a long time since I checked in. It was 9:30 a.m. I believe when I finished filming. What is this hair doing? And now it's 4:35 p.m. So that makes it a total of 7 hours of wear already. Wow. 7 hours of wear already. I just was doing a lot of things. I like drove and I went to a sample sale for like some activewear, and then I ate food and went to Sephora, picked up another foundation to review, and then I made it back here by 4:35, and I think I'm gonna do a foundation rating, just because there's been so many foundations I've been reviewing lately, and it's just like overwhelming because I've been buying them all and I probably shouldn't be, but I'm just curious about a lot of them. So yeah, I've been purchasing a lot. But anyway, going back to this foundation, I'm just going to look up real freaking close. And this looks really good. This is like more of a luminous, but honestly, it could just be the blushes I use that make it look more like a dewy, because it's just like my cheek area I'm really liking. Everywhere else looks still pretty like normal, natural looking. So I am liking the look of this, but I will say it's clinging a bit to my nose area. But I noticed like all the foundations I've been trying have been doing that a little bit, and I don't know why. I don't know if I'm like extra dry lately and like it's like clinging a little bit. Just tap that out really quick, and I'm gonna tap that out. I'm just letting you guys know before I do it. But up until this point, I haven't touched my face. I've just like wiped my lip off while I was eating, but I'm just gonna tap it because it's like really bothering me. Let me zoom up real close. Let me just try to see if you can get my nose. Yeah, I don't know if that's showing up, but it's just collecting a little bit there, so I'm just gonna tap that out. Yeah, I don't know if that's showing up, but it's just collecting a little bit there, so I'm just gonna tap that out with my brush. And you know, maybe this is a problem powder could fix if I set it and it wouldn't do that, but I don't like the way powder makes foundations look. So I don't wear them. I feel for this foundation already because I've worn this a couple of times. I think this is really like easy to wear, long wearing, and I think it's held up really well from all my foundations. I think this is one of the better foundations that I've tried so far, but anyway, I'll go more into that as I review and put up all the foundation rankings. I'm just trying to get like a really clear list up before I record that video and really try everything out. And yeah, but this is looking really nice and luminous and pretty, but honestly I'm kind of confused right now because I feel like it's like the blush that's doing that cheek thing. So okay, and since it's already been 7 hours, I guess we still have like a half day to go. So I'll be checking in maybe a couple more times, maybe not so long for the next check-in, probably within the 2 to 3 hour range. So yeah, keep you guys updated and I'll be right back. So it's 7:59 p.m. right now, so in about half an hour it's gonna be a full 12 hours of wear. So I figured I'm late anyway, so I'm just gonna come onto camera and talk about my feelings because I don't think half an hour will really make a huge difference. I've slept in this, I've been in the heat and all day in this because I was driving my boyfriend's car and his air conditioner broke. So I kind of feel like I have a pretty good understanding of how this foundation will look. I think it's a pretty natural finish from the get-go. It kind of wears more dewy as the day progresses. It's hydrating, but it's not like overly dewy. I think most of the dew that you saw earlier was from my cheek product by Blush. And I really like how smoothing this foundation is. My pores aren't emphasized at all. Everything's held up on my face really well. And it doesn't emphasize texture too much because I do have a bit of texture underneath my chin here. And it's a lot more full coverage than I originally thought it was going to be, just because, I don't know, something about this packaging always makes me feel like it's gonna be less coverage, like it's like a skincare tinted moisturizer. Something about this packaging always makes me feel that way. I didn't read the description when I first tried it, so I thought it was gonna be like minimal coverage, but actually less is more with this foundation. There's so much coverage and it covers well. It's not like it covers and then it like balls up and gets really patchy and weird. It doesn't like break apart throughout the day except for around my nose, but honestly a lot of my foundations have been doing that lately. I don't know why, but as long as you just pat it and, you know, just touch up during the day, I think it's fine. I really like how this wore, and it didn't collect into my forehead line, which has been a problem lately. It's like weird thing. It's like a weird thing for me because I'm not used to having that problem, but when I make this expression it sometimes creases, but as long as you go in with like a light layer of this foundation, it doesn't crease into there. So yeah, I really enjoyed this hydrating foundation. I do have Fenty's original matte foundation, and I like can make it work if I like use a lot of primers, but I like that I don't have to like do hella extra to try to make this foundation work. It just works for me because I am a normal to dry girl. So really excited about this foundation, and I think they did a really good job with shades. Obviously there's 50 shades in this, which I didn't even know they started offering 50 shades instead of the original 35. I think the undertone fits me really well, and I don't really know what else to say because I really like this. I think it just gives you like really like filtered skin, and yeah, it didn't disappoint me. The only thing I do kind of wish is that I wish it was a hint more dewy. I honestly think that if you have the original primer, what is this one? The Pro Filter Instant Retouch. So I've used this all up. Like I'm like scraping the bottle now. I honestly, yes, like the consistency is different when you like first pump it onto the back of your hand, but the sensation on your skin and the hydration levels I don't really feel like is too different. So I don't really feel like you need both if you have one. Like the other one wasn't as hydrating as I thought it was gonna be, and so I'm kind of disappointed about that. I wish it was like even more hydrating than it is. But I really like this foundation because even though it's like supposed to be a hydrating foundation, it doesn't get weird and ball up too much. It like pretty much stays the same exact way. It's really long lasting, and I think that's because of like the humidity technology that Rihanna's foundation touts that they have. They usually like talk about how they're like humidity proof, and I don't know how they do it, but I really do feel like it lasts really well, just like the matte foundation does. Like that's the one thing that I did like, that it just stays pretty much the same. Like the long like wearing ability is really nice. It doesn't like you don't really see like any of my shine coming through my T-zone too much. It's like, it looks impeccable and looks the same. So yeah, I think of all the foundation releases, this is one of like the better ones, and I'm pretty impressed. And yeah, I think that covers everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.